because I think we're really excited about this program because we think it really serves a purpose in not just getting ideas, but not just developing ideas, but helping shape ideas. So, and of course, all of that is not possible without your participation. So, thank you for being in the program, for wanting to take things forward, and certainly for being here. My name is Ajay Batra. I am CEO of Unicorn Growth Partners. I'm also the founder of Startly.in. We'll talk about that a little later. As I was sharing in my chit chat earlier, my background is computer science, bachelor's, master's, and business school as well. Worked in US, worked in India. Today, I wear 3 hats. I am a startup mentor. I am an entrepreneur myself, and I'm an angel investor. So when we talk today and over the next few sessions, you will see me coming from multiple perspectives. And I'm hoping those will add value. And I'm hoping all of this will help us do what we are here to do, right? Build great things. We're not just here to chit chat. We will chit chat. We're not just here to generate ideas. We will generate ideas, but to take those ideas forward. That's really the purpose behind this session. So we'll talk about a lot of things. I know you already had a few sessions. We will quickly recap some of the things, but we'll keep moving fast as well as you go ahead, from big picture view of startup ecosystems to actually getting into some bit of product and marketing and segmentation, which is really the core of what we're discussing today. Now, folks, warning. This is not a one-way session, which is why I was testing the mic with some folks. So again, everybody who volunteered to do that. Very nice. Who's doing the annotations? Maybe we should disable it. NASCOM team, maybe you can disable that feature, please. So, folks, warning, please feel free to speak. Unmute and talk. I prefer conversations over chat. I mean, text chat. So please, I will definitely ask you questions, and you are absolutely more than welcome to ask questions, agree, disagree with anything you see here. We are here together so we can give shape to your ideas, so we can take your ideas forward and make sure they become something real that we can all be proud of. Okay, so here's the big picture. I don't know how to get rid of this. Does anybody know how to get rid of this cross?
Ajay sir, if you can reshare the screen, this will go off, sir.
Okay. So Bunty is up to some mischief.
Sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir.
No problem. Okay, we're back on. Can we see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, great. All right, folks. Like I said, we're going to set the big picture first. And like I said, please ask questions. No hesitation. There's no such thing as not a good question. And I promise I will ask questions. So I'm going to start exactly with that. So here's a little pop quiz to get us started. I will show you some people, well-known people. You have to you have to speak. Ankit, I saw your response, Ankit, but you have to speak. Unmute and speak. Who's this person? Easy.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sam Altman.
He looks similar, but he's not Sam.
Okay.
Come on, others, guess quickly, unmute and talk. Who is this person? Very famous. His company is even more famous than him. Something you
Sir, Adam Mosseri.
No. I mean, I'm showing you, to be fair, I'm showing you a younger picture of him. He looks different today, but that's deliberate. Okay, hint. You and I use his startup every day.
Sergey Brin, Google.
There you are. Aditi, bang on. So this time, well done, Aditi. Thank you. So that was an easy one to get started with. So Aditi, you try the next one. Who do you think this is?
Azim Premji.
Krishna says Azim Premji, and you are right. You are right. Absolutely bang on. And what?
I am on.
Sorry, Jayakumar, you want to say something? So, Mr. Premji is known not just for Wipro. We all know Wipro as a company, but he's also very well known for the work he's doing in education. Do we know that? His foundation? His foundation, if you're in a noisy place, my request, please mute yourselves. His foundation called the Azim Premji Foundation is doing fantastic work in the area of education and grassroots education in the country. All right, 2 guesses, so far so good. Who is this? Oops, you already see him. Okay, this is Nobel laureate Mohammed Yunus, formed the Grameen Bank, but he's also known for something else these days.
Yes.
Muhammad Yunus,
Mohammed Yunus.
Bangladesh Prime Minister, Chief Advisor. Something like.
Ah, perfect, Jayakumar. Thank you. Not Prime Minister, but he's the caretaker lead. But he's a Nobel laureate. He started what is called Grameen Bank, which is a bank for the poor. That's a revolution he started 20 odd years ago. That's why he got the Nobel Prize. And now, who's this? I like the. Okay, no hints. I think the hint is already there. Who is this? Okay, ladies on the call. You have to guess this. Hint, it's in the background.
Whitney Wolf, Bumble CEO.
Perfect. Aditi, did you Google?
Yes, sir, this one I did.
All right, anything that gets you the answer. Well done. All right, folks. So here you go, vast range of people. Somebody who's passionate about, and you know what Whitney's passion around Bumble? It wasn't just to create another dating site or a dating app. She wanted to create a space where women feel safer. For somebody who's thinking about women in a social setup, to somebody who's looking at tech and education, and of course being a pioneer in search, and of course being a pioneer in eradicating poverty. There's a vast range here. Do you notice anything common between them? Azim Premji, Whitney, Google, Microsoft, Wipro. What's common between these people and their organizations? What are they doing? They're all what?
So everyone is doing something good for the society, so that impact can be.
Excellent. Thank you, Aniket. That's a good point. They're all moving the society to become better in their own way. Very good. Anything else? They're all change makers, as Aniket said. They're all solving big problems in some way or another. Some through the company called Google, some through Azim Premji Foundation, some through Grameen Bank and whatnot. They're all trying to take the initiative and say, I'm going to change something. May not be a big thing, but I want to change something in life out there. I want to make lives of some people easier. Again, whether it is students that Azim Premji Foundation does, or women who are out to socialize in Bubble. I want to make an impact in people's lives. Folks, in an age of AI, the world needs a lot more entrepreneurial leaders. That's what these are. You might wonder, some of these are actually done startups, some of them are not done startups, right? Professor Yunus, it's not really a startup as far as the work is concerned. Grameen Bank may have been, but not today. So think about it. What we need today are people who are problem solvers. It doesn't matter what you do. I wish you all the best for your startup ideas. If you do well and take it forward, fantastic. At some point, if you say, no, I don't know, maybe I'll take up a job, I hope you succeed in your job, and you need to be entrepreneurial in your job too. If you're starting a social sector organization, you need to be entrepreneurial. If you want to become a politician, folks, entrepreneurship is not about making money, it is about making change. And it applies to all of us, whether we actually do any startup or not. Okay, speaking of startups, let's hear some voices. What do you see on the screen? What's going on here? What do you see? Simple. Go ahead, unmute and speak.
Idea to execution.
Oh, the big word. But what's happening on the screen? Aditi, just describe what you see in the screen. There's somebody who's chasing what? He has an idea, but what is he chasing? The execution,
Growth.
the launch, growth. Okay. So let me ask you a few questions. Does he look excited?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think he's prepared for the journey?
No, sir.
No, but he wants to learn.
He wants to go. He has a bike. He has a bag. Maybe he's got some chips and food and whatever in the bag. He seems to be prepared. Is he expecting the road to be flat?
Yes.
Is it flat? Is the road flat?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Or is,
inclined.
No, sir. No.
No.
Naveen, what are you seeing? Is the road from idea to launch and growth flat? No, there's some incline,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's typically what most people who do their startups, that's the image in their head. I have an idea, I'm so excited, I'm going to quickly get to the rocket ship. But this is the reality. What do you see now?
A
Hurdles
lot
and
of
challenges.
twists and turns.
Okay, hurdles, challenges, Aditi says. Sorry, there was another voice. Go ahead. What else?
A lot of twists and turns and barriers.
Barriers, twists. Okay. Is it only challenges or do you see something that can help you overcome the challenges well? You see ladder,
Yes, the bridge.
bridge, rope. Do you see those flags that you celebrate? So what is the message here, guys? Compared to the first picture, what are we saying here? What is the message for you who wants to do a startup?
There's always a way. Well, technically, there's a lot of ways. We just have to be brave enough to imagine it.
Excellent, Aditi. So, folks, the road definitely guaranteed will not be flat. It will also not be like this 45-degree and life is good. No, it will be like this. The excitement of the journey sometimes is not knowing what's coming and being able to address that challenge. It actually is a sense of high. But it will also test you. A lot of people ask me when they're starting out, I'm not sure if I'm ready to be a founder. What does it take to become a good founder? The one skill I put a lot of value on after seeing hundreds, if not thousands of startups, is perseverance. You cannot give up. Life will test you, startup journey will test you, but you will see that light at the end of the tunnel if you stay the course. So, folks, I'm showing this not to scare you. I'm showing this to prepare you for the journey. It is super exciting. You'll have tons of joy, lots of learning, and you'll have challenges. It's an and. It's not or. It's not. It's an and. Any comment? Any question? Anybody has any comment to make? Feel free, folks. This is a discussion. I'm happy to listen to you, your thoughts. You can agree. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Any thoughts? Okay, we'll keep going.
Sir, I am saying that if you have identified the problem, definitely you will get the solutions. Because in this picture, I am looking that if you have the water problem, then you have the boat. If you have the deafness problem, you definitely you get the ladder. So I am finding that, sir, if you have the problem, then definitely you will find the solution. It doesn't matter which kind of problems you have. If you are determined, that means definitely you will find the solution.
Good point, Aniket. Be determined about what it is, and as you rightly said, understand the problem. Understand that you're in a pond, so you need a lake, or you need a boat. Understand there's a mountain, so you need a rope, and a boat will not help you. So expect problems, understand problems, then definitely there are solutions. I agree. Well stated. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to scare you. I actually think this is a great time to be a startup founder. There's so much happening in India, in the world. These are exciting times. We did see a little dip during COVID, but things are looking up again. The very fact that you're in this program is because there are people who believe we should support new innovators and new entrepreneurs. So there's money, there's government support, there's institutional support, there's angel investors, there's mentors, there's peer groups, there's so much happening. Guys, when I did my first startup many years ago, none of this existed. Zero. Today, you are blessed to be doing this. I also think it is a great time to be or try being a campus founder. Why? Why do you think it's good to be a student and try your startups? Why? Why do you think it's a good time for you to be doing this? This kind of opportunity, by the way, I never had as a student, as an engineering student. I never had. But of course, long time ago. But why do you think it is great to be a student and try your hand at a startup?
Because failing doesn't actually set us back, it just diverts our path.
Very good. So very safe. You really can't fail. You really can't fail. Two, lots of what, Aditi? If you try to do many things and you finding solutions, what are you doing? You are
Creating a lot of experiences.
and those experiences are making you learn. Sometimes you learn more by doing your startup and startup not working than you would in a classroom. So
Yes.
it really is a very safe environment to tap the energy of your peers and try your hand at something. Really super exciting times. But unfortunately, and I'm saying this not just as an India story, around the world, a vast number of startups, some people will say 70, 80, 90, in that range. A large number of startups don't work out. Can you think of reasons? Aditi, you've been very good. I'm going to ask you to wait just a little bit and see if others want to comment first. I'll come to you in a second. So,
Can't understand the consumer behavior and placed what we kept the startup in the position.
oh, I see. So we didn't understand what people wanted. We just started building our thing, right, Naveen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And in which place we will start our product in like 2000 price, 3000 price, I like this.
Correct. How to price your product. Very good. Good point, Naveen. Other thoughts? Let's hear from somebody who has not spoken.
Okay.
Yeah, Sadiva, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, Sadiva. What do you think is the reason? Give me one reason why startups fail.
Okay, so I'm sorry, sir. I thought I was responding to the previous question which you had asked, like, why is it good to start startups
Okay, go
in
ahead.
your?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear your thought on that. Sadiva, where are you calling from?
I'm from Vignan, sir, Andhra Pradesh, Vignan College.
Okay, cool. Yeah, please go ahead. Why
Yeah,
do you
thank you.
think campus startups is a great idea? Would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So basically, I think, as they say, the best time to plant a tree is last year, and the other best time is today. So it is always good to start your startups in the early ages of your college. And also, you've got the advantage that you have a lot of knowledgeable people around you, the faculties and your colleagues, which are there to support you. So generally, your project will definitely go higher. Thank you very much.
Excellent, Tadiva. Good point. And Tadiva, many colleges have incubators. Does your college have an incubator?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has got an ESO and also a TBI.
So if you have TBIs, technology-based incubator, or the Atal Innovation Centers, all of these are mechanisms by which students are supported. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, back to this conversation. Startups don't work out because we don't understand consumer needs, because we are not sure about pricing, we lose money. What else? Why do you think many startups
I,
are not? Yeah, go ahead. Anybody? Okay,
So
I, I
this
think
is
I missed a comment. Akhilesh, if you're keeping an eye on chat, please do that.
sure, sir.
Let me know if I miss a comment. Huh? Go ahead. Did I hear a voice? Go ahead.
Sir, Sai Shruti is saying one should know how to execute an idea from the ground level.
Good point. So if you're not executing and just thinking of the idea in your head and nothing else beyond that, yeah, won't work. Good point. One more thought. Aditi, from
So
backstage.
improper financial management.
Excellent. Vangam, excellent point. Not managing your monies, sometimes not even making monies and continuously making losses. We have so many startups who continue to come to us as investors and give me money because they're just not generating enough profits. Good point.
So poor IT infrastructure.
Okay, tell me what that means. IT could mean many things, no? IT infrastructure meaning?
Sir, means for an example, ERP modules. If like my business doesn't want or want some less modules, so like that.
Possibly. It usually is a problem for later stage. At an early stage, we usually don't see that. Unless are you saying you're developing the ERP package or are you the user of the ERP?
User of ERP. As a user of ERP, if I'm starting a business with like less number of people or something where I don't need much of IT things.
Possibly. Possibly. And so you sometimes you overdo the IT and certainly today you don't need that like kind of investment in IT, right? With AI. Possible.
Yes.
There were some other comments coming about people
Yes,
losing motivation. Yeah, go ahead.
Tadino is saying, I think lack of determination and someone not believing in his project.
Oh, very good point. Very good point. You can do anything to happen. Absolutely. Once you have determination, you can do anything, right, Tadev? I agree with you. I agree. Great point, folks. Let me show you. This is now poor planning and execution, right?
Yes, sir.
I agree. I agree. Let me show you. I'm going to share with you 5 points that I see as an investor. I told you I'm an angel investor. I invest in startups. And when I put money in a startup, sometimes it does great, sometimes it doesn't. So this is all my learning in the last many years of seeing startups fail right in front of my eyes. Let's go from the bottom up. What does the last one mean? Unclear differentiation. What does it mean? Guys,
Sir, regarding the USP.
yeah.
So something regarding the USP.
Yeah. What is it? What are we saying here? So if people don't know the term, unique selling proposition, or essentially we are saying people are not sure how are you different, how are you better. So I made another phone, but like any other phone, price the same, maybe priced higher, same resolution, same camera. So somebody in the market is saying, I don't know. If you're a new startup and you're offering a solution, what is it that you bring to the table that others don't? People are not very sure. And please, we're all technical people here. By adding a few features, you don't change the product. You can't say my differentiation is because you can do these 3 extra things in the home menu. Not enough. Fundamentally, how does it help your customer live their lives better? Hopefully cheaper. Second last, team issues. What does that mean? Team issues in a startup? What does that mean?
Clashing opinions, perhaps?
It is. Now, let me take you back. Second version of the movie is coming out, but did anybody see the original Social Network, the movie? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
What is it about, Aditi? Do you remember?
It's about the founder team of Facebook and what challenges he faced during the initial phase and how the idea actually originated from other people, but the execution would not have been possible without the listen.
Absolutely. It is early days of Facebook and a lot of co-founder clashes happen. Remember, there were legal battles, etc., etc. So, lot of startups ignore this. And if you see, it's in the top 5 reasons for failure. Why? Because if there are 2 people, They may have different visions. I might say, I want to go take the startup here. Somebody else might want to take it there. I want to go slow. They want to go fast. I want to put burn a lot of cash. The other person wants to hold on to cash. I want 51% share. The other person also wants 51% share. So please, lots of these issues come in the way. I know we're going to talk about some of those in the workshops we do. Poor demand generation is also very critical. It is essentially very, very relevant to techie founders. We spend a lot more time thinking of product and product features and not enough about how we're going to sell it. Please keep in mind, if you have a new phone, a new mouse, or a brand new app, sorry, the world doesn't know you even exist. You have to go there. We somehow feel just because we've created a beautiful app, suddenly the world will come to us. You think about it, no? How many apps do you have in your cell phone? Let's say 100. How many do you use? 10, 15? How many are in the Play Store? Millions. You don't even know about them. So you have to generate that demand. We discussed finances, but the number one reason for startup failure, I think that was the first comment we heard today. There is no need. Which means I think it's a cool product, but nobody out there is saying, oh, wow, I wish I had that. They think, yeah, it's nice if it's there. If it's not there, then life is fine too. So nobody is waiting for this. Nobody is hurting because the product doesn't exist. What we call, when you develop a solution like that, an app or a product or a service, we say, you got a solution that's looking for a problem. Whereas it should be the other way around. You have to first identify a problem. All of you have got problem statements, right? Yes? Say yes. All of you have got written down problem statements.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. So I'm going to test you a little bit on this. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And by the way, meet some of my friends. I brought them to our workshops. I love them for what they are and what they do. So you will find a lot of them in our conversations. What are our minions saying? Can somebody interpret this?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
When we start an idea, it has a very good initial phase, but till when we start thinking about execution, perhaps the solution changes. So if we are dependent on a single solution, then perhaps our business will fail.
Excellent. And folks, we're all engineers. All engineering solutions start with a hypothesis, right? And you understand, collect some data, and maybe the hypothesis is true, maybe the hypothesis is not true. Same with startups. We start with thinking that there is a problem, we're solving problem X. The more we spend time on A, it's not even a problem. Oh, no, there is a problem, but it's not X, it's Y. So if you prematurely fall in love with your beautiful app, you will continue with the app no matter if the problem is changed, as Aditi said. So very, very critical. By the way, when we look at pitches as investors, do you want to guess the slide number one in all decks? Which is slide, other than the title slide, which is slide number one in investor pitches? The hint is right here.
Problem statements.
Yeah. Which problem are you solving? Slide number one. As an investor, if you've not told me that in the first 30 seconds, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're doing in life. So you have to have problems that are worth solving and be able to communicate that to yourself, your team, to investors, mentors, everybody. Okay, let's hear from you. Which problem did Uber solve when they started? Be careful. I want to hear the problem. Which problem?
Sir, trust issues, sir.
What? Say a little more, Ajay. A little more than that. Which problem is Uber solving? Go ahead. Others?
It makes the process of finding commute easier, and also it gives us a definitive timeline, because when we are going out looking for an auto, perhaps it will take half an hour, perhaps maybe more, and same as waiting for a bus. But when we know where our ride is, we know exactly how long it will take, and we can just step out of the house a minute prior to it.
Okay, Aditi, you're very right. But well, guess what? What you stated is not the problem. That is the solution.
So when we travel to another location or another country or maybe another city for tourist purposes and you want to book a cab, the first thing you think about is trusting whether the cab is genuine or not, whether the guy won't kidnap you or not. Uber solved this problem. We trust Uber's cab. We know they won't kidnap us or do anything.
Okay. So now we're getting this. So one of the problems was the other cabs were untrustworthy, not trustworthy enough. Okay. Aditi, think about it. What is you're in the solution? Go into the problem zone. What is the problem?
Pricing problem he solved.
Yes, yes. And pricing was
And
non-transparent. People negotiated.
we can book the cab in our mobiles.
That's a feature. It is not a problem. What is the problem? You're right. But it's a
On-demand
feature.
transportation, sir.
Aniket, again, that's a feature. Guys,
So
don't worry.
driver
You're all falling in the same trap that most founders do. When I
By
ask
the,
them to
by the
discuss,
Uber's map, traffic issue is solved.
I agree. Again, a solution. Folks, when
So
I ask
driver
that,
related issues.
what about it?
Water cost.
What cost?
Cost of water in cities like Bangalore especially keeps increasing when there's scarcity. So that is a problem.
Water. I'm not sure, Sahiti, I'm connecting it.
Sir, so when you think about like communities where they have to like get in water tankers kind of thing when there's a water scarcity, it is a problem that could be solved, especially during summers, especially my startup, which the idea I have. So
Okay. This you're talking about your own startup. We'll get there, Sahiti. Right now, saying Uber. What problem is Uber solving? And let me tell you what. About 80% of you are giving me solution. One
So
or
we
two.
have few comments.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Size Shruti is saying price.
Okay.
Ashkit
Lack
saying
of transparency.
easy.
Yeah.
Ashkit saying easy accessible.
That's a feature.
Tadiva saying lack of reliable transportation.
That's a problem. I get it.
And Tejashwari saying Uber primarily solves the problem of inconvenience and unreliability associated with traditional taxi services.
Perfect. Who said the last one?
Tejashwar.
Tejeshwar. Bang on. And for all the others, please realize most of what you were saying was at the bottom. Solution. Easy, trustworthy, safe, low price, comes whenever you want. You can choose the size, you can track it. All solutions. The problem was it is so hard to find a cab before all of this happened. That was the problem that hit the Uber founders. So, folks, don't worry. You're falling the same trap that many founders do. They start thinking of the product and solution. You have to learn to articulate your problem. We'll help you. Don't worry. Let's take another one. Think hard. Which problem is Spotify solving? I don't want a solution. I don't want Spotify features. What is the problem?
So unified, so like before Spotify, I don't think there was a platform where many songs were there at a place.
Okay, Shubhangam, I'm glad you corrected yourself, didn't you?
Music piracy.
Yes, I did.
Well
I was
done.
going for the solution.
Yes, I saw that. Well done. So that was great, Aditi. Yes, there was piracy issues. And usually there was a quality issue because, depending on if you're doing a peer-to-peer or YouTube download or whatever, some vague site download, all of those were issues or problems. It was very hard to find music I like, which is high quality, available all the time, and doesn't get me into legal trouble. Solved through Spotify. So, folks, please.
No revenue through streaming for the artist, but Spotify solved this.
No revenue. Oh, correct. So Spotify now actually is able to give some loyalties to the musicians. Correct. Good point. So folks, very important to nail your problem statement. Again, I'm not saying you need to do it because it should look good on a pitch deck. It should look good because it brings clarity in your head to yourself, your co-founder, team member. What are we doing in life? We are solving a problem, and we should be able to say the problem quickly in 20 seconds, no more. Okay, I'm going to give you a real startup. This startup, okay, let me give you a hint, is teaching college students like yourselves how to invest in the stock market. Okay, that's what they do. Now I'm going to give you a statement. Tell me if it sounds like a problem statement. Is this a problem that they're solving?
No, sir, it's not a problem.
No, so it's not a problem statement.
Very good. Divya, so what is it? What does it sound like?
It's a
Sir, this is the
proposition.
solution.
It's a
Great.
proposition that they're giving. It's one of their selling points.
Excellent, Sahiti. It is proposition or an offer or a solution that they're doing. Very good. Trust me, when I first looked at the pitch deck, this is the problem they put up. This is not a problem statement. Let's hear some more. Is this a problem statement? Does it sound like a problem? Or is it sounding like a Sahiti? Try again.
It's not
not
really
a problem,
say-
and it's not a problem, but they're still trying to create an area where students can apply. Like they're trying to create a new service kind of thing.
I agree. But if, let's say, if your parent were to say, hey, you need to start saving and investing, what is this?
This is a kind of suggestion, sir.
Yeah, it's an advice.
That's what it is. And we don't like it, right? When a parent tells us this. Absolutely, Aniket. Well stated. It is suggestion or advice, or sometimes a mandate, depending on how strongly you say it. Okay. What is this?
It's a study metric that
Excellent.
they've observed the market and they've come up with this. So
Excellent, Sahiti. It is a fact, study, observation, just statement of things as they are. Well done. And finally, this you will guess. This is the real problem that they were trying to solve. Honest to God, it took us 2-3 sessions for them to say this, the last point. Otherwise, all they were saying was points 1, 2, and 3, this way or that way. You have to be super sharp. You cannot hint a solution. You can't say, despite high interest, college students don't know how to. College students don't have an app to do investing. That's not the problem. There can be many ways of solving this. By saying that college students don't have an app to invest, you already embedded the solution in the problem. Isolate the two. If this is the problem, there are 10 ways of solving it. Maybe yours is the best way. I don't know. Okay, so folks, very important. I've seen some of your problem statements, and my quick reaction is they need work. Some of them do need work. Some of them did sound like kind of solution masking as a problem. But that's one issue. You got to be able to know, identify, articulate the problem. Second, have you heard this term, getting out of the building? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean, Aniket?
Sir, that means most of the entrepreneurs always do the research on his computer. I have listened a lot of times from the Ritesh Agrawal sir ki, whenever you have to do a business, most of the time you should go outside from your home and research in the market what is the problems which the consumers are facing and what are the things which you have to solve.
Okay, well done. I'm going to give you a round of applause. You said it very nicely. Excellent. Excellent. And folks, I want to just add to what Aniket said, 2 points. One, this actually is a big problem for technical people. because we live so much in our heads and our tech and our new frameworks and new tools that our world becomes whatever we do, whatever we're developing. Part one. Part two, until we get out of the building, and building could be anything. Building could be your dorm room. Building could be your bedroom. Building could be your campus. Until you go and talk to real people out there, what are you facing? What kind of problems are you facing? What are you doing today? You are living your life, so you're solving the problem somehow. Are you doing it today? That conversation will give you insights. I'm sure you're a great technologist. I'm sure you'll prepare a great solution, hardware, software, whatever you make. But it will be rooted in the needs of the real needs of real people. Else, again, the risk. You might have a solution looking for a problem which is really hard. So, folks, please get used to this phrase. I said, so far we discussed two very important concepts. Make sure your problem is worth solving. Three concepts. Problem is worth solving. Two, make sure you state your problem very clearly. Three, validate your problem with real people, not ChatGPT, not Google, real people. Okay, we will actually have a session on this day after tomorrow. But I want to give you all a heads up. Is there any volunteer who will read their problem statement to me? Just the problem statement, not a solution. Anyone? Problem. Which problem are you solving? In one line. Nadiva, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So I'll just run through my problem statement, right?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you, Nadiva. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So it goes like this. Current fish farming practices among marginal and small-scale farmers are unsafe, unsustainable, and environmentally harmful, leading to toxic fish consumption, water pollution, health hazards, and economic stagnation. These communities lack access to affordable, sustainable, and eco-friendly aquaculture methods that could ensure nutritious food supply, income generation.
Okay.
There is an urgent need for decentralized, smart, and scalable solution to provide clean.
Okay, your voice is breaking, but I want to ask others to respond. You heard Tadiva?
No, sir.
You heard some of what he was saying, Rishi? You heard something or no?
It was breaking actually.
Oh,
okay. So
okay, I'm sorry, sir. Was it breaking?
Okay, I'm going to summarize what I heard. So there are problems with fish farming, and the current practices are not good for the environment, etc. So that's one part Tadiva talked about. Then he talked about some centralized solution, etc. for it, right, Tadiva?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your feedback to Tadiva, guys? You heard it roughly. Aniket, what is your feedback? Did you hear the problem statement?
I'll put it in the chat box, sir.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Okay, I'll give you feedback. Tadiva, your first part was actually the problem statement. Your second part was the solution. So when you said only this, unsafe, unhygienic, that is good. Stop. The fact that they don't have some solution is you getting into solution zone. So you need to cut it right there.
Okay, sir.
And Tadiva, good quick question. How have you validated it? How do you know it's a problem? I don't know it's a problem.
Yes, sir. I've known it's a problem, sir, because I visited one community, sir, which relies on fish farming, and also where I'm staying right now, they've got these ponds and ridges which they keep that ditch water there, and they go there and harvest the fish from there, which is causing a lot of problems. I have seen it with my own eyes.
Okay. Have you talked to people? Have you talked to fish farmers?
Yes, sir. So far, I've talked to one person who is into fish farming. and also just some community members, but I'm still into that scene.
Okay, Tadiva, thank you.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
Tadiva saying, I want to reinforce. He personally is living around this problem, so that's great. And he's gone and talked to some people who are facing the problem. In this case, only one. We normally recommend talk to 8 to 10 people, whoever is having the problem. So Tadiva, you're on the path, right path. Just do more conversations. Observation is one,
Okay,
but
sir.
actually talking is even stronger. So keep doing it. We'll talk more about this, guys, on Friday. A lot of you will have an opportunity to do this. So you can go clean up your problem statements if you want. The heart of any startup, like I said, identifying a problem, but identifying also who has the problem is super critical, and we have to do it really well. Let's understand the journey actually begins with the who first. So my question is, for Google search, who is the customer? For Google, who's the customer? Come on, guys.
Anybody who's searching for some information.
Okay. Krishna says anybody, people like you and me who are searching every day, even during this call when we are searching. Okay. Good point. Anybody else?
Travelers.
Travelers.
We
Okay. Looking for information. Okay. Student looking for information, guide, etc., etc. Although these days ChatGPT is replacing Google, but that's okay. But who else? Who else is a customer for Google?
Advertisers.
Ah,
Advertisers.
advertisers. Why, Aditi? Who pays Google?
Because yes, they pay to show ads on Google search.
Correct. So you and I never pay Google, but our data is what advertisers pay through the ad. Google is one of the largest ad agency in the world today, if not the largest. So Google has two customers: people who do searches and companies who put ads through Google. Both are important to them. Their business will not survive if either of one of them vanished. Because if we don't search, we don't generate data. If we don't search, we're not there to see the ad, so advertisers will run away. Okay. Who is the customer for Byju's? You know Byju's, right?
a student, sir.
Okay. Fair. Anybody else?
Teachers.
Teachers, Diksha says, okay.
So for
Anybody?
Byju's, customers are parents.
Akhilesh says parents. So you're right. There's actually multiple people. I'm showing two simple ones here. Between these two, who pays Byju's?
Parents.
Yeah. So just keep in mind, just like Google, you and I are not paying, but somebody else is paying. In Byju's business model, student is not paying. Student is, of course, using Byju's, but the parent pays. Okay, here's another interesting one. You and I survive on it. Oh, by the way, how's the match going today? A lot of people order Zomato during the cricket match, no? Anybody knows what's the score? No? Okay, Zomato we all do, or Swiggy, whatever. Either way, who are the customers for Zomato?
The restaurants and the buyers.
Both sides, right? People like you and me and people who actually supply the food. So Zomato smart. We'll see maybe in Friday's discussion, Zomato makes money many ways. So folks, all these examples are telling you a story. The story is, please understand who will use whatever you're making. Understand the person who uses may not be paying you. It may be somebody else. And you have to keep them in your scope. Certainly, if you are selling to companies, B2B as it's called, then there are people who will influence the decision as well. So folks, it's not easy sometimes to figure it. A lot of startups get confused. Who really is my customer? Actually, anybody who uses and anybody who pays, both are customers. Some people use different words. There's a user, consumer, partner, doesn't matter. If they're using, they're a customer. If they're paying you, definitely a customer. Again, very easily stated, guys, but a lot of startups get confused with this. So please do your homework. Make sure you answer these questions very, very clearly for your startup. What does this mean? By the way, can you boil the ocean? Can you boil the ocean?
No,
Okay, it's a trick question, Aniket. I wouldn't have
obviously
asked.
no.
It's a trick question. No, Divya says. Give me a trick answer. So you can't boil the ocean as is, but can you boil it one glass at a time?
Yes, sir.
Possibly. So that's the message here, guys. That don't lot of startups because of the enthusiasm. When I ask a question in their pitches, who is your customer? I often hear answers like everybody, the whole planet, people between age 5 and 95. Too broad. Eventually, you may have that, but you can't, as a startup, you can't go after so many people. You need to narrow your starting point. If you look at sneakers, who are the customers for these?
Sir, Gen Z.
Who are the customers?
Gen Z, sir.
Gen Z,
Uh,
okay. Okay, Gen Z, anybody who works, really, it's a B2C business. You're selling directly to consumers. Consumers, people like you and me are customers. You may prefer a different type of shoe, whereas I may prefer a different kind, right? Sports people. So while we are all consumers, there are certain subcategories. There are people who actually have shoes that are specially designed because they are flat feet, so orthopedic support. So if you sell directly to customers slash consumers, you are B2C. If you're selling to businesses, you are a business selling to another business, you're a B2B. If you're selling to the government, you're a, what is the term? If you make these tanks for government, what kind of business are you? The term is B2G is the term. So folks, be very careful who's your customer, what is the particular segment you want to go after. You want to make a pair of sneakers that's America. Okay, that's a funny answer. You want to make a pair of sneakers that anybody can buy, or do you want to make a pair of sneakers that are fancy, party wear sneakers? Who knows? Sneakers with the logos and emojis, or sportswear. You decide. Sorry, was it a comment? Okay, what does this term persona mean? Just English definition of persona. We say, your persona is charming, endearing, or your persona is scary. What does it mean, persona? Hint, it leads to another word called
Maybe
personality.
customer behavior or something.
Yeah, personality or behavior. So what we're saying is at this stage, you're too early in your startup. You're thinking of your product. Hopefully, you start thinking about your problem, but definitely start thinking of who is having the problem and start painting the picture of who they are. It is semi-fictional because there's some data, some assumptions. That persona is your customer. Hence, you need to find that customer who will love what you're doing. So here's what a real startup did. They make shoes, stylish shoes, only from recycled materials. They're into circular economy, environment, all that stuff. There's a shoes are a lot of waste, a lot of plastic, ends up in landfill. We will not make shoes like that. We will only use recycling materials and material that can be recycled. So if you are this startup, you're going after somebody, you will see Rahul's profile, right? This is a persona. But you're going after somebody who lives a certain place, a certain age, has a certain value system, in this case, environment conscious. You have to understand their social dynamic, they have to understand their psychological framework, and you have to understand what makes them tick. Lot of work is required, guys, to build a customer persona. I'm summarizing it, but for your business, you may have, remember, you may have 2-3 customer segments, so you may have 2-3 customer personas. Spend time on each of those. Who are they? Where is your customer living? How old are they? Are they in jobs? Are they in business? Are they student? If they're in a job, what kind of income bracket are we talking about? How much time do they spend on Facebook and Instagram? How about kind of vacations they take? Really understand your customer. The more you do it now, and I mean now, early stage, easier it will be for you to do product and marketing. Okay. I mentioned earlier 2 big problems that I see in pitches. One, when people come and say, everybody's a customer for me. The second troubling statement I hear is, we have no competition. It is not true for 2 reasons. One, there is always competition out there. You may not know it. You may have done your research, Google, ChatGPT. You know nobody in Karnataka, Bangalore is doing it, or India doing it. But in India, nobody is doing it. US, nobody is doing it. Maybe there's somebody out in Kenya doing similar things. So there's always competition who may be doing similar. Nobody does identical stuff, but similar stuff is okay. And remember, one biggest competition you always have is customer inaction. You have to break it. So please, folks, be very clear. Just because you have 2 extra features in your app doesn't mean you don't have competition. The way to look at competition is someone else solving the same problem as I do? Maybe they're solving it kind of the way I'm doing. Maybe they're solving it very differently. That's a question to ask. Let's take some examples. Can you give me some competitors for Bisleri bottled water? Who are the competitors?
Kinley.
Okay, Kinley. Thank you, Krishna. Daksh. Okay. Divya. Aquafina. Okay. Anybody
A
else?
lot of small players, sir. Like a lot of small players are just changing the words like well seri and this kind of thing. All of them are the competition of this lady.
Okay,
At-home
done.
water purifiers.
At-home water purifiers, absolutely. Okay, all bang on, all great examples. Again, go back to which problem is Bisleri bottled water solving? What is the problem? Tap water, yeah. What is the problem? Why did Bisleri launch it 20, 30 years ago and doing great, still doing great? What was the problem? While traveling, feeling thirsty, right, Daksh? Absolutely, Daksh. So now hint. If you're traveling,
Providing safe, clean drinking water.
No, again, Divya, solution. You gave me a solution, Divya. What is the problem?
So you're easily accessible.
No, solution. What is the problem? Unsafe drinking water, lack of portability. Tadiva, excellent. Well done. So, there were very few, if you're on the go, very few opportunities to quench your thirst. Problem is
Safety
thirst.
standards.
Problem was no ways to quench my thirst safely. So you're right. All of these are direct competitions. But I'll tell you there is indirect competition also. How else can you quench your thirst? What do you do today? Do you always drink water?
Coca-Cola.
Although one can argue, Aditi, that Coca-Cola makes you thirstier, right?
True.
Coca-Cola is good. What else? I've seen
Fruity.
people drink coffee. Yeah. So think about it, guys. It took you some time, right? People do a fairly good job of looking at direct competitors. Many startups don't know how to do indirect. So the way to do indirect is say, again, go back to basics. Which was the problem which you were solving? Quenching thirst on the go. How else do people do it? Coffee, tea, RO water, whatever, juice, whatever it is. You need to worry about both your competitors. Let's take another example. We know this, Healthify Me. You know what this is? Guys, you know what this is? What is this? Healthify Me is what? No, it's a fitness program and app. So who's the competition for Healthify Me? Can you think of competitors? Can you think of fitness apps, fitness solutions? Go on, guys. They're quite popular these days. CultFit, correct. Akhilesh, what did you say? Fitbit, CultFit, agreed. Now we have the Fit rings as well, right? There's so many solutions right now, both app and physical devices. What are the indirect competitors for Healthify Me?
Gyms,
Ah, very good. On the right.
nutritionists.
Absolutely right. Think about it. There's so many different ways, including dietitians. So if you are Healthify Me, you are looking at both. So folks, two key messages. Identify your direct competitors and see what they're doing. Identify your indirect competitors and see what they're doing. Laziness. What is laziness? I mean, I'm not sure I got that. Third, do not restrict your search to India. I actually give you a real example. It's a company in Delhi I've invested in that does plastic recycling, and we discovered a company in Kenya that does almost exactly the same. And just happened to discover it. Because all our searches in India were based on market, understanding, talking to people, checking US, everybody does it, but we didn't quite check Africa. So competition is everywhere these days. Direct, indirect, global. Any question or comment on that? What does this term mean, revenue model? Anyone? This appears in Shark Tank a lot, by the way. A lot of people ask you, what is the revenue model? No? Guess? It's okay. Take a guess. What is the revenue model? What is revenue? What does revenues mean?
The strategy we use to generate income.
Very good. Excellent, Aditi. Aditi, are you from a business background or a tech background?
No, sir, I'm just a curious person.
Does your family have a business background?
Technically, my father came into business a while ago, very recently.
Okay, okay, but good. I like your description. So, folks, this really is how you generate money for your business in very, very simple terms. There are many ways to do it. That's the beauty of how the world has changed. It used to be limited one or two ways. Now there are gazillion. We look at some examples. Subscription-based model in which you pay somebody per month, per year, and for that 1 month you can do whatever you want, how much ever you use. Can you give me some examples of a business that charges? ChatGPT. Come on, what else?
Geo, sir. Geo.
Sorry, Geo.
So Netflix, Amazon.
Correct. So many. No, we thrive on these. Absolutely. Somebody said laziness earlier. So yeah, laziness galore with Netflix. All subscription-based models. Yeah, Tadiva, correct. Netflix is here. Okay. Premium. You pay,
Gyms.
you get free for a little bit and then you pay for the others. Did you say gyms?
For the first one.
Subscription. Actually, gyms can also do freemium, no? 1 month is free and then 11 months you pay for. You can't do it.
Most
Okay.
gyms actually provide 1 or 2 days and then they ask you for
the payment. Okay. So can you think of Canva does freemium? Yes, agreed, Tadiva. Yes, Canva does. Microsoft also does freemium. Many people do freemium these days, right? Spotify, Adobe, yes. These are I'm saying Amazon Prime has started putting some ads. So if you mini ads, so if you want to get rid of the ads, you have to buy a higher plan. Again, we are very familiar with this. What is a marketplace model? A model in which you connect two people and charge a fee for it. Very simple. There's a buyer and there's a seller. You're in the middle. Zomato is very good. Very good, Zomato. Yes. Something else.
Amazon, Flipkart.
All of those. All of those. Fiverr we used, anyone? OLX is also good. Fiverr, anyone? Has anybody used it? No? Oh, you must explore it. One, as a customer, and two, if there's a skill you have, you can actually sell your skills using Fiverr, Airbnb, etc. Uber, which matches drivers with the consumers. Businesses that offer their services mostly free to one party, but charge another party for the ads. We have discussed this. Give me names.
Instagram.
Okay. Google we discussed. Yeah, thank you, Praneet. Google. Who else?
YouTube.
Sorry, say that again.
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube
So
does
all
it.
the gaming platforms like Candy Crush and
Yes, they do that. Okay, go look e-commerce site. Look at some traditional things. Do you pay for radio in the car?
no, sir.
Who's paying for some? It takes money to give broadcast from a station. No? Who's paying for that? Advertisers. You and I pay nothing to listen to songs. Advertisers pay for it. Let's look at one more. Okay, this is in which there's a commission. If you spend 100 rupees, you have to give 1 rupee. If you spend 1,000 rupees, you have to give 10 bucks. Depending on what you're facilitating, you get some commissions. Can you think of somebody who charges transaction based? Google Pay. Okay. I mean, we may not pay, but they may charge the other party. Credit cards do the same, 1-2% they charge. Paytm will do that to some parties. Razorpay will do that, of course. So payment transactions, a lot are through transaction.
Great.
It says
So
Amazon. How
do
does that?
publishing houses also come under this?
Transaction model essentially means you are doing a buy and sell and you take a percentage of it. So if you are a publisher and you sell a book for 100, you will keep 10 rupees and give 5 rupees to the author. Right, Aditi?
Yes, sir.
So it will fit here. Amazon, when you buy, you know how much? By the way, let me take Zomato as an example. Do you know when you order something on Zomato, let's say worth 1,000 rupees, you know how much they charge the restaurant? If you pay 1,000 rupees to Zomato, you know how much the restaurant gets? Usually? If a dish
Around,
is, if
around
you order
200 or 100.
no, they deduct 200, 300. So if you order one dish for 1,000, the restaurant only gets 6, 7, 800 rupees. Zomato keeps the rest, which is high. If you think about it, 20 to 30, 40% commission on each transaction. So the message here, folks, is very simple. You will have multiple. Today, there are businesses who do multiple revenue models. Part one. Part two, you will not know day one which model is best for you. You have to experiment a little bit. And you may settle with one, that's fine. Or you may settle with three, which Amazon does. So Amazon, when you buy a t-shirt for 1,000 rupees, keeps 100, 200 bucks, takes it from the seller. Amazon also sells you Prime. Amazon also charges people to advertise on their platform. There are 3 revenue models. Maybe there are more, but 3 definite clear models. They make money from different ways, not just one way. So revenue model is the way you will start thinking about money. Why are we bringing it up? Guys, you must start, you don't have to, you will not actually be able to test it till your product is ready, but you must start thinking now, because your product or service will start looking different if you know if it's going to be subscription or transaction, because you have to build those features in. Ashmit, could you mute yourself, please? Ashmit, mute, please. Thank you. Okay, we're touching multiple points today, and we started with problem, customer, segment, competition. We're getting into GTM. You know what GTM means?
Go to market strategy.
What does it mean? Go to market, big word. No, what does it mean?
It's basically
Sir,
the
how are you
action
going
plan.
to start?
How are you going to
Start, sir. What is your initial? How will you start in the initial phase? Suppose that you are trying to build a billion-dollar company, but initially you don't have a lot of money, na? That you just have the 10 lakh, yeah, 50 lakh, yeah, like that, and now you have to start with that money. Then this is the go-to-market strategy. How will you invest that money in the market, and how will you generate the revenue, and how will you generate the profit, and how will you survive in the market?
correct? So Aniket, more of the last part you said. It is about execution. It is about preparing a product that you will launch in the market, but it's also about how you will promote it and sell it. Just because, remember the example I gave, just because you developed a great app, you can't just put it in the Play Store and say, okay, I'm done. People start using it, people start buying it. Will not happen. You have to consciously, quote unquote, market it. So that brings us to the definition. All of us are engineers, I'm assuming here. Some with a little more business background, as Aditi was telling us. Very simple terms. I don't want a textbook answer. In your words, what is marketing? What is sales? A lot of people get confused between the two. Very, very simple definition. Anybody can give me? Very simple words. Don't give me jargon. Don't give me MBA definition.
Marketing is basically getting information to the people, and sales is actually making the transaction happen.
Very good. So getting the information and converting information into revenues, Aditi. Absolutely. There was another comment I missed, but I think you're also right. So you're bang on. Let's break it down just a little bit more. Marketing is about spreading the word and attracting customers. People get to know you, you start getting leads. Leads are essentially people who may buy from you, may or may not, but may buy from you. So marketing is all about creating this pull in the market, telling them, hey, I'm here, listen to me, see me, I have something great for you. And maybe you stand in the market, 100 people hear you, 10 will come and talk to you. It's like, when you go to these fairs, you go to these exhibitions, there are people standing in front of stalls. When they're sitting in a stall, they have a poster, they have a TV screen, they're talking to people, they're marketing. If they talk to 100 people, maybe only 2 people will come to them and buy anything. But unless you market, you can't have a reliable sense of sale. So if marketing is about information, sales is about rupees. Finally. And a company cannot survive if you don't have sales. Right? Somebody's got to pay you, right? Google survives not because it has sales for you and me, because we are searching. We're not expected to generate sales. Google survives because it is able to sell advertising. Byju's is able to generate sales from parents, not children. Sorry, Nikita, were you saying something? I missed it. I'm going to add a third piece, which is often ignored. And I'm letting you know because I think as founders, you should definitely keep it in mind day one. And this is about once somebody buys your stuff, how do you make them buy? How do you make them buy again? Or Nikita, if you're saying something, try again. If you bought something, you go and tell others that, hey, I bought this pair of shoes, I bought this cell phone. This is really cool. You should try too. No, Nikita, your voice is failing. Can't hear. Okay, it's raining in Delhi a lot. I don't know if that's the reason. I don't know where you are. Definitely, I'm looking out the window. It's raining a lot in Delhi. Okay, so marketing will bring the traffic in, sales will convert, and customer service will engage once the sale has happened so that you can buy more, spread the word. By the way, it is so important to give good service. Selling is not your endpoint, but retaining a customer for life is your endpoint. Do you know if somebody is happy with something, let's say you bought a pair of shoes and you're happy. On an average, how many people do you tell? On an average. Give me a number. 1, 2, 5. If you're happy with your purchase, great pair of shoes, great bag, how many people will you tell? Give me a number.
7.
7. Let me flip it. Let's say you bought a bag and it's really bad. Broke down, lost the color, looks ugly. 3 days later, it's just crappy. How many people will you tell, Aditi?
Probably 10.
Thank you. Probably 15. Please keep this in mind. Human behavior is we are natural complainers. So you have to make sure you understand that psychology as you build your business. Keep your customers happy. Then let them spread the word. Keep the dissatisfied people down to 0 if you can. But here's the real problem. Okay, no, let me ask you a question. Okay, I want to have 3, 4, 5 answers. Wherever you are today, right? You have a problem statement. You're thinking of building your startup. May not be sure. You may not be sure if this is the problem. You may not be sure of the solution. Hey, you may not even be sure this is what you want to do with your life. That's okay. Completely okay. Very safe to do it now. What is your number one challenge today? Wherever you are today. I want to hear 4 or 5 people speak. Number one challenge for you today. What is it? Don't say GTM. Could be anything. Number one challenge.
Limited resources.
Sir, capital is
Capital, resources. Yeah, throw more. When you say resources, you meant capital, right? Money or more? Okay. What
Money
else?
and
What
even
else?
scientific research.
Scientific research, data. Okay. Timing. What else is your challenge? Okay, timing, understanding the market needs. What else is your challenge?
finding the best team, sir.
Best team, yeah, very true. Do you have the right people to go with you? This could be a team member, co-founder, mentor, anybody, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, good point. So, folks, I agree with you. As a founder, you have to think of many, many things. You didn't say it. Finding mentors is a big deal, and I'm going to help you with some answers there. You haven't said it, but a lot of techie founders. There you are. Thank you, Praneeth. Lot of founders ask me, I love tech. I can do anything you give me. Give me a technical challenge. I'll give you an answer in 24 hours. I will stay up all night and figure it out. But this GTM thing is not for me. I can't do this. I'm not a marketing guy. I'm not a sales guy. I just cannot do it. They literally throw their hands up in the air. I cannot do it. Why do you think techies don't? Many techies, not all. Some techies love it. Why do techies don't like GTM? Why?
because sir, their field is different. Because they don't have the knowledge about the how to marketing, how to do the marketing, and how to talk with the customers. Most of the time, we find sir,
It's
they
a very
have the communication skills.
Yeah, good point. It's a different professional, different set of capabilities. Good point. Yeah, go ahead. Divya, आप क्या बोल रहे थे? मैं Aditi, you were saying something.
it's a very cause and effect field. It revolves around human psychology a lot, and I feel like a lot of the time, many people actually have a lot of difficulty grasping that sort of situation.
Good point. And I heard communication also earlier. A lot of people are uncomfortable, shy, if you will, of approaching people, and they say this is not me. Correct. One more. Okay. By the way, remember one of the top 5 reasons for startup failure. This is also there. Not enough demand. The first one is really interesting. Can somebody interpret that for me? What does it mean? The first one. That somehow, because I have built a fantastic solution, best possible dating app, I will have 1 million downloads one day, 24 hours. In 1 month,
Assuming that the creation of the product will create hype itself.
and genuine demand as well. It's the biggest barrier. They think good product sells. Well, unfortunately, nothing sells on itself today. Even the best products have to do marketing. And I'm not saying do bad marketing. I'm not saying tell people lies, but people don't know you exist, guys. So just because you built it doesn't mean it will sell. We discussed discomfort with people, psychology, and number 3 is really critical. Given the age profile, let's say where you are today, there's so much personal time and engagement on social media, but you have to think like a business. The reason number 3 is a problem is founders tend to think marketing is all about social media marketing. Trust me, for any business, if that is more than 30-40% of the entire marketing, there's a problem. There's always many other ways to do it. We'll discuss maybe in the next session. There are, for one social media marketing, there are a dozen other channels you can do, but you have to go outside of that. Okay, we discussed earlier some tools and some challenges we were discussing, right? People don't know if they're mentors, team, do they have enough capital? Are they even ready to raise the capital? They were genuine questions. And I've been dealing with startup founders for years and years and years, and it's the same question every time. So what we did was to try to create a platform that helps you find the answers. And that platform is Startly. So if you don't mind, can some of you try to go there and tell me what you see? It's a free platform. This is non-commercial, so I'm not promoting it. It's a community platform. Can somebody try to go to the site and tell me what it does in your words? What does it do? Go ahead, open it. Yeah. And it says connect. Connect with whom?
Co-founders.
Co-founders. Interns. Do you see mentors and investors and incubators also? So folks, this is our attempt to bringing all of you together. So if you are a tech person and you want a business co-founder, absolutely, mentors and investors too, then this will help you. If you need somebody to guide you with your strategy, you'll find mentors. If you think you have an idea, you need a formal incubation, right? You need to join an incubator. I'll give you that hint. If you think, oh, I have a lot of research to do, I don't have the money, I want 4 interns, you'll get it. I'll also flip it for you, by the way. You're students, right? Tell me, how hard is it for a student to find internship today? Tell me, guys. Good internship. Is it hard or is it easy?
Sir.
But why, Rishi? There's so many platforms, no? Why is it hard? Tell me, why is it hard to find internship, guys? What is your experience? Tell me.
Sir, we call
Ratio of platforms to number of people,
Okay.
and the number of platforms is low.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. There's too much volume. Go ahead. There was another thought. So, put on both your hats. If you are a student, you're looking for an internship, looking for a job, you don't want to be the founder, but because you don't want to carry that load on your head, but you're happy to go as a co-founder to somebody with an idea. You can do that and flip it. You're right now thinking of your startup, it'll help you find the right people on your team. So that's really the intent, folks. I would love for you to sign up. Like I said, free, don't need to do anything, takes 3 minutes to sign up and explore and see if it helps you take your current startup forward. Right now, our job at NASSCOM is to help you convert your ideas into something real. See if this helps in any way, 5, 10%, I don't know. Please explore. Okay. I'm going to give you some homework. Please take a screenshot if you want to. NASSCOM team will tell you what documents you have to submit. I'm going beyond documentation. When we meet next time, we will take turns. Each team will get maybe 3 odd minutes or so. You can bring a slide if you want, but I want you to talk about this for your venture. Remember, we discussed you have to state the problem very, very clearly, without any solution, without any hint of a solution. What is your problem? And go down now. Who faces it? Right? And what are they doing today? Solve it. Something is going on out there. What is your problem statement? As we heard earlier, how have you validated? If you validate, you talk to 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, or you plan to talk to 30 people next month, whatever it is. What is your solution? Tell us. I plan to develop X, whatever that X is. Do some homework about who are your segment. Remember, we're not talking about the entire universe. Don't boil the ocean. I'm going to go after people who live in metro cities who are between the age group of 30 to 40, maybe. I don't know. What is your segment? Who are your competitors? Remember 3 things about competitors: direct, indirect, global. And how will you ensure what you're doing is better than anything out there? Have you heard of this term called elevator pitch, guys? You know what an elevator pitch is?
No, sir.
No? Okay. You know what an elevator is? We don't use the term elevator in India. What is elevator in India?
Lift.
Lift. So I'm not saying lift kara de. So think about it. The point here is, if you are in a lift with somebody, that could be a mentor, investor, even a customer, and you have only that much time, right? In a lift, 30, 40, 50 seconds. How or what will you say to make them understand what you do? Essentially, all that is in your head right now, how do you crystallize it in 30 seconds, a minute, or 2 minutes? We will have multiple sessions. We'll have practice sessions next week, and the last session also I will make you do some elevator pitches on different things. So be prepared, each team. You can choose if 1 person wants to do it or both do it. I'm okay either way. Plan to spend no more than 3 minutes per team. 2 to 3 minutes is ideal. and your pitch can be written, but you certainly have to speak. And you must speak to at least these 6 things, like please take a screenshot. Questions on what you need to do?
Sir, can you
Doable,
explain
guys?
the
I think a
second?
lot of these are. Second
Sir,
one?
can you explain the second point? How did you validate it? That means the go-to-market strategy.
No. Aniket, remember we discussed that. Aniket, give me the problem that you're solving. I'll take your example. Which problem are you solving?
Sir, I am trying to solve the problems of unorganized and unhygienic sugarcane juice market.
Sugarcane juice market. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all the street machines who are standing there selling juices, you're trying to solve that problem, right? Make the juice. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So, okay. So your problem is that the juice that's available on the streets is unhygienic, unclean, wagera, right? I don't know what your solution is.
Yeah, right.
So,
Okay.
how do you know it is a problem is what number 2 is, Aniket. So I'm essentially asking you, how do you know that the juice that is sold in the market is unhygienic, that people are dissatisfied with it? How many juice makers have you talked to? How many people who drink that juice have you talked to? Have you talked to only the kids who will love anything that's sweet, or have you talked to older people also? That is how you validate. Is the problem real? When you talk to people, you will also say, Aniket, hey, you drink a lot of juice. Have you ever fallen ill because of that? By the way, it's funny, Aniket, you mention it. My wife had typhoid because of sugarcane juice on the street. So I know it's a problem.
Right, sir.
But how do you confirm the problem? Validate the problem by talking to real people. That's what number 2 is.
Okay.
And
Thank
I
you,
want to
sir.
hear both. I want to hear qualitative. Oh, I went to the market. There were 3 juice makers. I talked to 3. So I want to hear qualitative and numbers. You talk to 1 person, 2 people, or 22 people. Tell me.
Okay.
Again.
Thank you, sir.
Again, everybody remember getting out of the building. Very easy to do ChatGPT. Very easy to do Google. You can do that, but you also need to go out. Good question, Aniket. Okay. We started our session with a quiz. You remember the quiz? Founders, Mr. Premji, Google founders, etc. We are going to, of course, we'll be here to answer any questions you have, but we'll end the session with a quiz as well. I want you to tell me, when these startups were launched, what did they do? And it is different than what they do today. What were the early days of Amazon? What did it do? Daksh says books. Yes.
Selling books.
Books and only books. Only books for the first, 4 or 5 years. They did not sell anything else. Okay, so Amazon was a bookstore. Its tagline used to be the biggest bookstore on earth. What does Amex do today? American Express? Do you know?
Sir, initially they were supporting the locals vendors to compete with the Walmart. Because a lot of vendors were facing the problem with the Walmart, because Walmart were creating the
Oh, you're talking about Amazon?
No, sir, American Express. I was talking about the American Express.
A little bit more. What does American Express do, Aniket? What do they do?
Sir, early days they were supporting the local vendors to compete with the Walmart.
How? What do they do?
Sir, they do they connect at a platform, and a lot of Barack Obama was also supporting the American Express.
Okay, not really.
Initial days, because they were doing.
No, something else maybe something else. What do they do today? Tell me. What is Amex known for? Do they sell fruits? Do they sell vegetables? Do they sell shoes? What is Amex? A financial institution. They have credit cards. That's what they do today, right, Praneeth? Credit cards. But when they first started, they were a courier company. Can you imagine? They were the biggest courier company, and they stopped that and started getting into financial business. What is the early days of YouTube? What has YouTube launched initially to do? Any thoughts?
For sharing videos.
Oh, that's even today. Video gallery, correct, but something else. Yes, it was about videos, but videos of what kind? Okay, hint. It's very different, very specialty
Vlogs.
video. Sorry?
Vlogs,
Sorry,
video
what?
logs.
Video what?
Vlog.
Blog.
Vlogs.
Blog. Oh, vlog. Not really. Different kind of. Not even not. Clips for what purpose? Okay. The purpose of YouTube today is, of course, generic. You can do everything, but it was launched to serve one purpose only.
So if I'm not wrong, maybe for dating.
Yeah. Akhilesh, how do you know this?
So actually, I have masters in business administration, so I know.
You've done case study on this. Absolutely. It was a video dating site. Even before all the dating apps came, YouTube started many years ago, video dating. Then, of course, it changed and became a general video sharing portal. Early days of Netflix, what did they do?
Deliver DVDs. DVDs.
Yeah. So you would actually go to the site, select a movie, it'll arrive by courier on a Monday, then the courier will come on a Wednesday and pick it up and take it back. So physical DVD, CDs were going around as couriers. And then internet happened, of course, and changed everything. This is interesting. Early days of X. What was X launched?
Chatting.
Tweeting? No. It wasn't launched to tweet the way we know it. It wasn't launched as a social network. It wasn't launched as a private space for Musk. By the way, when you tweeted earlier, there was a character limit on this.
So podcasting, I think.
For?
So podcasting.
Nope. Character limit.
To share our opinion.
Share your opinion, but how? There was like 132 character limit. It was supposed to be SMS using data. So only text was possible, only 132 odd characters. It was meant for you and I to exchange messages without having a cell phone. It was a pure messaging app. Then it became this multimedia, social network of followers, all the good stuff came much later. And lastly, early days of Flipkart. What did Flipkart do the first 3-4 years? Come on, guys.
Same as Amazon books.
Yeah, and only books. They actually did copy the Amazon model completely afterwards. However, there's one innovation Flipkart is known for in e-commerce. You know what that is? Nobody in India had done it until Flipkart launched it. Imagine, you guys will not know it, you're too young. When e-commerce started 10, 15, 12 years ago, Indians were very suspicious. They said, "Hey, Baba, you're saying I will pay somebody 1,000 rupees online and that product will come after 3 days. I don't know what's happening with my money. I'm used to going to the market, giving 1,000, buying the product."
Sir,
Credit cards
cash
are
on
not.
delivery.
Yes, thank you. Absolutely. Bang on. Credit cards are not there. People are suspicious. So they started COD. And that was a huge innovation that helped them grow in India. So, folks, the message here is you may start with a problem and a solution. Almost guaranteed, your solution will change over time. You may have the same problem, solution will change, guaranteed. There are times you might change the problem as well. You might make the problem narrower or bigger, depending on where you are, right? You saw the example of how Amazon started with very hard to find books problem to very hard to find anything problem. So be open-minded. Sometimes you're able to see these changes because you are curious, as Aditi said. You're seeing that world is changing, so you change proactively. Sometimes you're just reacting. Things happen and you're just taking it, right? Things happen, and let's say in COVID, a lot of businesses change their strategy, product, servicing, revenue model, pricing, because there's COVID. Nobody anticipated it. Okay, so I'm going to go back a little. Folks, we've discussed some vital things here that will help you build the base for your business. We don't have a business plan yet. We will get into that in the coming sessions. These are the building blocks. These are the things you need to think about and have clarity on. If you noticed, I'm asking you to describe your solution. You actually haven't started developing the solution. If you remember SDLC, you guys have heard of the term SDLC? Anyone? No?
So as an HDFC bank?
No. SDLC, software development. SDLC
Life
means
cycle.
what? Software development
Software
life.
development life cycle.
Okay. What is the first stage of software development life cycle?
Planning.
Correct.
Requirement
Alright.
analysis.
Analysis. What is the next stage?
Growth stage.
After
Coding.
analysis? No, not coding.
Oh,
After,
sorry.
System
after
design, UI.
Thank you. Planning / analysis, followed by design, followed by coding. So folks, it's the same cycle. We are not asking you to start coding your solution right now. All we're doing is analysis. Today's session is mostly analysis. Next session, a little bit of design. And then maybe you're getting ready to build the solution and test it. Don't jump into it. Take the time. Okay, with that, I'm open to any questions or comments that you may have on all that we discussed today. All right, thank you. You've been very patient. I know end of the day, I know we all get tired. I know online sessions can be exhausting. Thank you for being here. Sorry, there was a comment.